Just quickly following up with a question from Sizwe asking us what trading platform would we recommend, and he sees we are using TradingView and wants to know whether we would recommend it above something like MT4. First of all, Sizwe, thanks for the question. So firstly, I think it's important for me to stress that we don't really have any favorites or recommendations when it comes to trading platforms. There are many more than just MT4 and TradingView. And there are lots of pros and cons to many of them. For example, many brokers also offer their own proprietary trading platforms, which can also be quite good. And some of them are really bad in terms of functionality, etc. Now, I used to trade on MT4 myself until I switched brokers. I changed brokers, a broker to a broker that basically offers me a much wider range of instruments to trade, like bonds and ETFs, stocks, equities, commodities, and of course Forex. But the downside of that was that I could only trade all of those various asset classes and instruments through their online trading platform. So I was forced to switch to that away from MT4. Now, even though it's not perfect, it is more than what I need for trading. Now, when it comes to TradingView and MT4 specifically to your question, I think it will really depend on what you want to use it for. For example, we started using TradingView as a team for one specific reason, and that was that it allowed all of our analysts to work from the exact same charts on every day. So because we have it as a company profile, every change that, for example, I make on the chart right now, every one of the analysts will know exactly what chart I'm looking at and what changes I made on that particular chart. So if I'm looking at a particular range for a particular pair, for example, all the analysts will know exactly what I'm looking at because everything is synced, which is really awesome. So that is not really something that you would need TradingView for. I think the one area where TradingView has really impressed me has been with the vast range of instruments that you can track with it. So they have many brokers and liquidity providers that feed and that their feed basically taps into. So that gives you a really big, vast majority of instruments out there that you can view. And that has allowed us to create charts for not only currencies like this, but also charts for looking at commodities as a whole, looking at equities as a whole, looking at things like bond yields. We also have volatility indexes up there, which is really, really helpful. And when you compare that to something like MT4, you might not have that same type of availability of all of these different type of instruments. But again, the downside then is that you need to pay for TradingView to have access to all of the nifty features, where if you compare that to something like MT4, that's going to be free with most brokers out there. But then, of course, you're going to have that much more limited access to instruments compared to something like TradingView. So to be completely honest, there's no thing as a perfect trading platform out there. There will be pros and there will be cons to most of them. Having said that, I have been really happy with TradingView so far. But obviously keep in mind, I only use it for analysis as I do trade via my own brokers platform. So I don't know how it is in terms of trading execution and trade management, etc. I haven't really had that experience with it. It's just purely from an analysis point of view. So I hope that can help you out there with making a choice there. Sees where if there's any other questions, don't hesitate to let us know.